morning, everyone. Thank you, Denise, and all the distinguished panel. Today, I'm not going to talk about bombs, explosives, etc., etc. I'm going to talk from the point of the bomb technicians. This is another perspective, and how we, the commanders of the unit, build and maintain resilience on the Israeli bomb squad. As I traveled the world and standing in the front of audience, a lot of my lectures about bombs and modus operandis, but the first question that came up from the audience is how you manage to build the mental strength of the bomb squad officer and technicians, which dealing with the risk and very mental pressure from the exposed to hard sites on the daily basis. Today, I'm not going to present any academic study or complex statistics. This lecture based on my experience and professional consulting along over 25 years in the service in the Israeli police. I served more than 25, almost 35, but in the bomb squad, I was 25 years. I starting here in Tel Aviv in green bomb tax in 1978, and I claimed up all the position from the top until the head of the head of the unit. And between 2000 and 2004, I was the head of the Israel National Police Bomb Squad, and I'm talking about this period because this period in Israel known is the second Intifada. And in a minute, you will understand what is the second Intifada. First, I would like to say that I'm not trying to teach you nothing. I'm not here a teacher. I'm going to show you the Israeli model, and hopefully you will find something helpful for you, and you can take it or not. It's okay. In addition, I would like to emphasize that the following information do not completely prevent the possibility of people to suffer from PTSD, it's post-traumatic stress disorder symptoms, but is reduced dramatically the number and the effects. Let's talk a little bit about numbers. Here is number of calls that we have. When I talk about calls that the people, the citizen call, the 100 is 911 in America, and call for the police to help them. For example, if they have suspicious object, suspicious cars, suspicious person, and we handle every one of these incidents like a real incident. Denise talked about it before. We ask from the people to call us and see what happened here. In 2001, it's come up to 2,000, more than 2,000 200,000 calls per year, and we handle every one of these incidents like a real bomb or real incident, not a hoax. Look here, another numbers. We are here, see numbers of bombs, IEDs, improvised explosive bombs. We are talking about, in 1 year, more than 700 incidents. In 1 year, we had more of 17 suicide attackers that we handle it in everywhere. So you can see it was very, very stressed and compressed incident. Just to understand, when we are talking about incidents, not only bomb, we have in this period a lot of incidents. So the second Intifada or second uprising, it was very, very pressed on the population, the people in Israel, and of course the first responders. This is the secret of my lecture now. What is the three angel of resilience. This term will be key issue in my presentation today and has an important role in the bomb squad specialist through his career and even when he retired from the service. Think about it, because it's not stopped when he finished the work It goes on and on. In order to understand the triangle of resilience, we need to look for three parameters. First, the manpower and high quality and fits for the tasks. Professionalism, high-level skills that support the resilience. Third, very important, family. We are looking for supportive environment which has a strong impact on our bomb tags. But here you can see that it's not to build a resilient is not a one-step process. It is a long, complex process starting during the recruiting process through the day-to-day missions and emergencies. Each one of the following steps here has important. Some would say it's critical to build the person resilience. So recruiting, training, daily routine, emergency, and recovery, and go back and back. Let's talk about the first ring of the chain of resilience, and we are talking about recruiting the candidates. When we are looking after candidates for bomb technician course, we are looking the most suitable person, not necessary to be the best person. Listen very good, suitable, this is the point. After accurate practice analysis, we have identified the most important characteristic that the bomb technicians have, and we try to find in our candidates. Let's start with the manpower. Remember the triangle. First, it's the active coping. Active coping is a mechanism that people use to face a stress or trauma to help manage painful or difficult emotion. So it's very important to find in the bomb tags. Depth thinking or less concrete thinking, we are looking for candidates with a broad view of a situation, not a hard of sight vision, a broad understanding of the situation, because all the time they need to take decision and some of the time to change things. High self-restraining ability, know how to control themselves, and having red lines. It's very important not to be free. Assertives, high honesty. Honesty is very important in our group. Confidence and creativity. The second topic is the professionalism, and we are looking about technical and ability to absorb professional and technical materials, or others say thinking out of the box. The third topic, the family, we are look in these candidates the sense of family oriented, that they can work in a group, team player. We are not looking for the following like lone wolves, Ramboing, machoing. It's not for us. And what are the sources of the information for us to look at the requirements? Prerequisite for recruiting to the bomb squad is full service in the IDF, the Army, in a combat units in command position, so that we have complete information about the candidate, how he or she function. We have females in our group, function during times of crisis and what their capabilities really are. The recruitment tests, all kind of tests, written, verbal, technical ability test, field formation, and all these phases are accompanied by senior bomb techs and professionals like psychologists and social workers. The second ring that we talk about is the basic training, or we call it the professional resilience. Even during the training period, in order to develop apprentices' resilience, we emphasize the resilience triangle again. And let's start again from the manpower, because the manpower is one of the most important things. We teach them and see if they can learn how to provide and receive feedback without making it personally. Give and take criticism, we call it, it's very important because everything is open. You must say everything to your friend or to commander also. Honesty is the only policy, all the line. Loyalty to the group and fairness. Secondly is the professionalism. Professionalism equal professional knowledge equal strength. It's very important. If you are really professional, it gives you a lot of strength. Strict procedures or protocols, flexible application. You must give them flexible application because the situation all the time changes and they must to fit the procedure, the protocol to the site. Responsibility. We ask them responsibility about everything. Practice under pressure to simulate a real-time situation. And of course, very important to the resilience, recognition, personal and team, signs of distress and ways of coping it. The family factor is teamwork all the time, teamwork. You must work together. And identical works as much as possible because everyone knows exactly what is the step of the second guy. If something happened to him, he can follow him and to understand immediately the situation. And team loyalty. It is important to the trainees to recognize the fact that the best resources are being invested in them. This is very, very important. The candidate, it's not the candidate, the trainees know that we put for them the best equipment available. We put on them the personal protection gears, the robot, the best robots in the world, X-ray machine, etc., etc. The most accurate procedures, writing and update over the years, deep learning organization. All the time you learn. Never stop. All the time. Strengthening the family element inside the group. It's, again, very, very important. And a lot of activities to control mental resilience from the national level until the individual level. We have a lot of dilemmas. For example, how to expose the trainees to difficult sites during the course, to take him to body analysis, autopsy, to take him to use in the time of the practice animal use parts, or show them how a video from real events, how to watch films. Next ring, the third ring in the chain of resilience is day-to-day routine. After the candidates certified as a professional bomb technicians and placed in the field units, the real work begins. However, we continue developing and maintaining the resilience of the entire unit and the individual within the unit. For example, manpower. You see here, this is one of our female bomb tech. Assigning responsibility to the unit commander as the resilience leader in the unit. He's on his shoulder all the time, every day. The responsibility about the resilience of the unit. Strengthening the meaning of the rule of saving lives is very important for the bomb techs to understand the meaning of the goal, saving lives. Supervise and control all levels of mental resilience all the way. The second pillar is the professionalism and having the principle of training. Training. You talk about Intel. We are training all the time, not stop. Continuous and endless practice. The family pillar is all kind of activities, sport days, trips, joint events, etc., etc. We put a lot of effort on the family. Very important, especially for the people themselves, it's backup and support for the individual and his family, not only for him, his family also. When it happens to have someone to trust, he will find it. And of course, the unit pride that we pump it all the way. The fourth ring in the chain of resilience is the emergency event, or we call them the real test. In emergency incident phase, especially in the multi-casualty attacks, is already the true test of resilience. Here, we are testing where we succeed or failed and what can be learned from the event so that we can improve ourselves. Here, we are working again on the triangle resilience. In the manpower, we are the commanders and the professional crew supervision all the time in the incident itself on the unit personnel, check for suspicious signs and red flags at the field and after. Researching emphasis of the mental phase, including professionals. At the end of the event, listen very carefully. In the end of the, after we coming together, what we are bringing for them? Pizza and drinks. It's very important. Why? Because it's help to stress relief. Food and water, basic needs. Family, massive reinforcement. If something happened, we see like it's a family point in a minute. All the people that at homes or other places coming to help. And sometimes we are bringing from all around the neighbor forces to help us. What happened in the last, the fifth ring in the chain of resilience, the recovery? At this point, the unit and the individual starting an internal process check to make sure that everyone has met the mission and the goals, and we would like to make sure that there are no serious resilience vulnerabilities. Hard. This phase is also tested in the resilience of triangle manpower, strengthening the unit with professionals and commanders that work with the unit all the time. Listen and conclusion, resetting any missing equipment back to routine and ready to the next emergency event. Listen, here the phrase is the show must go on. Not only in the bomb squad, but in the field. If you have an incident, a bomb, a suicider, a car or restaurant, after 4, 5, 6 hours, the lives come to normal because we must show the others that the show must go on. Family, unit activities for the unit members, including the wives, trips, sport events, restaurants, etc. Workshop by professionals. Summary. In this short lecture, we learned that in order to build and maintain a resilience of a unit, we have to work hard throughout the chain of the resilience. But the important triangle of resilience will be always include manpower, professionalism, and family. In the last photo, this photo, the presentation shows we see a group of bomb technicians, a memorial last week. A bomb technician, this memorial was to a bomb technician that killed 41 years ago. 41 years ago. From a booby-trapped device in Jerusalem. This bomb technician who immigrated from the United States to Israel has no family. Of a group of 40 people who attended in the event, only 2 people know personally Steve. This is the name of this bomb text. All the rest are really his family. It gives a tiny look at the resilience of a unit. Thank you.